Imagine you're just casually scrolling through your feed on a sunny weekend.
Right, just minding your own business.
Exactly. The music is bumping, festival vibes are in the air, and this completely innocent aesthetic photo pops up on Instagram.
Just a standard weekend post.
Yeah, exactly. A quiet music festival stage, a super simple caption, and then, like, the timeline goes completely dead.
Total radio silence.
The fandom just freezes. Because in a matter of hours, the entire K entertainment world is turned upside down by a dating rumor literally nobody saw coming. Welcome to Starscope K Report. Join Eric and Minji as they ride the Hallyu wave, uncovering the biggest K-pop comebacks, shocking industry controversies, and major K-drama updates. From internet-breaking rumors to historic chart milestones, we dive deep into the world of Korean entertainment.
And you know, what's really fascinating about these moments is how they instantly transition. Like, they go from a simple piece of celebrity gossip into this massive industry-wide earthquake that demands, like, absolute attention.
Oh, absolutely. So let's unpack this. We are so glad to have you with us today for this deep dive, because today we are looking at the explosive dating confirmation between indie rock legend Jang Ki-ha and rising actress Yoon Ga-yi.
It's a huge story.
It really is. But we aren't just here to talk about who is dating who. We're going to use a brand new academic study to understand exactly why these dating scandals send shockwaves and occasionally fleets of literal protest trucks through the global K-pop fandom.
Right, because the goal here is to look past the sensational headlines. We want to examine the actual mechanics.
Yeah.
We're dealing with a multi-billion-dollar psychological engine that powers this entire industry. And a simple relationship announcement essentially throws a wrench straight into those gears.
Totally. So we have to start with the headline news that completely broke the internet. Let's look at the facts. According to Soompi and the Korea Jingyang Daily, on June 27, 2026, the agencies for both stars released their official statements.
Right, Dururu Artist Company and OUI Entertainment.
Yep. They confirmed the rumors. 44-year-old Jang Ki-ha and 26-year-old Yoon Ga-yi are officially a couple.
And to understand the origin of this relationship, we actually have to look back to 2023.
Oh, so this has been brewing for a while.
Exactly. They initially met on the set of Coupang Play's SNL Korea Season 4. Jang Ki-ha was appearing as a guest host, and Yoon Ga-yi was working as a fixed cast member.
Right, right.
So the official narrative is that they bonded over deeply shared interests in niche music and film. It was a professional connection that slowly, over the course of about 2 years, transitioned into a romantic one.
But of course, in the Hallyu wave, nothing stays a secret forever.
Never.
And the mechanism of how this came out is just astounding to me. Domestic Korean netizens, or K-nets, they operate on a whole different level.
They really do. It's impressive.
It's scary impressive. According to the Chosun Ilbo, the Lovestagram trail started with a single, seemingly mundane photo. On June 1st, Yoon Ga-yi posted a verification photo on Instagram, letting her followers know she was hanging out at the beautiful Mint Life 2026 festival.
Which, on the surface, that's a perfectly normal post for a 26-year-old actress enjoying her weekend, right? There's nothing inherently suspicious about attending a popular indie music festival.
But K-nets don't just look at the surface.
No, they dig.
Within hours, fans started cross-referencing the festival lineup. They were analyzing the background of the photo, and they realized that Jang Ki-ha had performed on that exact same stage the day before, on May 31st.
Wow.
Yeah. They immediately started asking, like, wait, did she go to support him? Are they dropping subtle hints? It is wild. In this industry, a single background detail can spark an absolute firestorm.
Like a reflection in a spoon.
Yes, a reflection in a spoon, a matching phone case, or the color of a festival wristband. It sparks this massive sleuthing operation before the agencies even have time to open a Word document to draft a statement.
It really is like trying to hide a secret from an army of elite digital detectives who just never sleep.
It's impossible.
And the level of scrutiny applied to the daily lives of these stars is actually a core feature of the fandom architecture. It's an environment where every pixel of an image is treated as potential evidence.
Oh, absolutely. And, like, that's not even the wildest part of this relationship.
Not even close.
Later in this deep dive, we'll talk about the shocking plot twist regarding Yoon Ga-yi's family that completely rewired this entire conversation. You are not going to want to miss that math because my jaw genuinely dropped.
It's pretty crazy detail.
It really is. If you love staying updated on your favorites and playing digital detective with us, make sure you're subscribed to Starscope K Report. We've got even bigger scoops ahead. Now, while I'm sure the agencies released these statements hoping for a peaceful, congratulatory response, That 18-year age gap immediately hijacked the narrative.
It really did. The demographic reality of their relationship became the singular focus of the backlash.
Yeah.
If you observe the intense reactions pouring out of domestic online communities like the Weko, which were, extensively documented by entertainment portals like Koreaboo and Allcop, netizens were absolutely swift to label Jang Ki-ha the Korean Leonardo DiCaprio.
Ouch! I mean, that is a heady label to throw around.
It is, but the label stems from a perceived pattern. Fans immediately resurrected his highly publicized relationship with superstar IU back in 2015.
Right, I remember that.
Yeah, IU was 11 years his junior, and they dated for roughly 2 years. So when the public sees him linked a decade later to a woman who is 18 years younger, the online discourse pivots from simple surprise to intense scrutiny regarding his preferences.
A lot of people were not okay with it.
Exactly, with many commenters expressing extreme discomfort.
Well, here's where it gets really interesting, and frankly, we have to slow down to process this. We promised you a plot twist, and the Mail Business Newspaper, or MK, delivered it.
Oh, the family detail.
Yes. So, Yoon Ga-yi's mother recently appeared on NBC's reality television show I Live Alone. And during the broadcast, it was revealed that her mother, who works as a painter, was born in 1977, and she had Yoon Ga-yi at age 24.
So let's lay out the chronological timeline for a clearer perspective here.
Yeah, let me do the math on this out loud, because when I first read our notes, my brain genuinely short-circuited. Okay, so Yoon's mother is born in 1977. Jang Ki-ha is born in 1982.
Right.
That means Jang Ki-ha is only 5 years younger than his girlfriend's mother.
It's quite the gap.
It's insane.
I know.
The 18-year age gap between him and his girlfriend is significantly larger than the 5-year age gap between him and her mom. When that specific mathematical detail resurfaced, the forums completely melted down.
It was like pouring gasoline on the already raging DiCaprio fire.
Exactly.
Because the introduction of that familial data point added a profound layer of shock value. It provided this tangible, relatable context to an abstract 18-year gap, which inherently fueled the online vitriol.
But this raises a really pointed question for you to help us answer. Let's step back for a second. Yoon Ga-yi is 26 years old.
Right.
She is a grown adult. She debuted back in 2019. She is established in her career. So why does a consenting adult relationship trigger such a visceral, aggressive, almost militant reaction from the fandom? Is this purely about the 18-year age gap? Or is there a deeper psychological ownership at play here?
That's the perfect question. Because if we connect this to the bigger picture, the age gap is merely the catalyst.
Oh, right.
To truly understand the intensity of this backlash, we have to pivot away from the specific gossip surrounding this couple and examine the multi-billion-dollar mechanics of the K-entertainment industry itself.
And we have the data on this now.
We do. There is a fascinating new academic study published in the Sympathic Journal of Psychology that isolates exactly how this financial and emotional engine operates.
Yes. The study is called Impact of K-pop Idol Dating Scandals on Fans' Parasocial Relationships with Idols. And it breaks down the actual economy of fandoms in a way that just blew my mind.
The sheer scale of the financial machinery at work is staggering. The South Korean music industry's profits have surged by 238% recently.
That is massive.
It is. It's reached a valuation of roughly $8.5 billion US. And that unprecedented growth does not come merely from selling plastic CDs or standard concert tickets.
No, it's way deeper than that.
Right. It relies fundamentally on monetizing what psychologists define as a parasocial relationship, which is a deeply felt, yet entirely one-way emotional bond between the fan and the artist.
Right, because the entire marketing strategy of this industry is to foster an intense, manufactured illusion of intimacy.
Precisely.
I mean, the industry builds massive proprietary platforms like Bubble, VLive, and Weverse explicitly to blur the line between artist and fan. Fans pay a monthly subscription fee to receive messages that look exactly like text messages from their bias.
It creates a very specific dynamic.
It really does. They watch them eat dinner alone in their hotel rooms on live streams. They get goodnight messages. It creates this incredibly potent illusion that the idols are, romantically available. It's almost like buying a romantic timeshare.
A romantic timeshare. I like that.
Yeah. You and a million other fans are chipping in to lease the idea that this person belongs to you.
And that timeshare analogy captures the economic reality perfectly. The industry effectively positions the artist not just as a musician, but as a dedicated service provider whose primary role is to prioritize the fans' emotional needs over their own personal desires.
Wow. Put like that, it sounds intense.
It is. Consequently, when an artist is caught dating, it is rarely processed as a simple piece of celebrity gossip. For a highly invested fan, it is viewed as a direct violation of an unwritten no-dating clause.
It's treated as a literal breach of contract.
It's a profound transgression. Fans invest massive amounts of capital. They purchase dozens of identical albums to secure an all-kill on the charts.
Start to get into fan signs.
Exactly. They buy exorbitant merchandise, they coordinate streaming parties to 104/7 to inflate music video views. In return for this unpaid labor and financial investment, they expect absolute devotion.
Which is an impossible standard.
It is. So when a dating scandal breaks, it triggers an event researchers classify as a parasocial breakup. The carefully constructed illusion shatters entirely.
And the financial and social fallout of that shattered illusion is very real. Like, we aren't just talking about sad tweets here.
No, the market reacts.
The sources give us some brutal, concrete examples. When Karina from the group aespa was confirmed to be dating actor Lee Jae-wook, SM Entertainment stock dropped by 4% in a single day.
It's a huge financial hit.
Think about that. Institutional investors in suits on Wall Street or in Uito are looking at a dating rumor and deciding it will materially impact quarterly earnings so much that millions of dollars of market capitalization are wiped out instantly.
Because the underlying logic goes back to the lifetime value of a hardcore fan. If the parasocial bond is broken, the subsequent drop in merchandise sales, album pre-orders, and concert attendance is immediate and measurable.
Right.
And the social media impact perfectly mirrors this financial hemorrhage.
It is devastating for the artist. I mean, look at Hyuna. When she announced her relationship with Young Jun-young, she lost 200,000 Instagram followers in just 10 days.
It happens so fast.
Or look at Joshua from the group 17. When rumors surfaced that he was dating, angry fans didn't just type out their frustrations on a forum, they mobilized.
The protest trucks.
Yes, they crowdfunded massive amounts of money to rent Porsches and protest trucks equipped with giant LED billboards, and they literally drove them in circles around the HYBE corporate headquarters in Seoul, demanding a formal apology. It is a wild pipeline, from buying an album to coordinating a vehicular protest.
The sociology of that collective action is remarkable, and the sympathic study highlights a stark cultural divide in how these parasocial breakups actually manifest.
Right, because not all fans react the same way.
Exactly. The researchers conducted extensive qualitative interviews comparing domestic South Korean fans with international fans, specifically focusing on a sample demographic from Indonesia.
So, what does this all mean for how different fans react?
Well, the data reveals entirely different frameworks of attachment. Domestic K-nets often reacted to dating news with immediate, visceral feelings of betrayal, anger, and profound sadness.
Because of that unwritten contract?
Yes. They expressed that the idol was actively damaging their own public image and, crucially, disrespecting the fans' extensive financial and emotional investments.
But the international fans were different, right?
Very. The international fans, such as the Indonesian cohort studied, often exhibited a response that psychologists categorize as endorsement and empathy.
They actually supported the relationship.
They actively endorsed it. They viewed the artist primarily as a multifaceted human being, rather than solely as a marketable product or a romantic projection.
That is such a healthier way to look at it.
It is. Their emotional framework was predicated on the idea that if their bias was experiencing personal happiness, the fans were happy as well.
And I just want to pause here for a second because we are getting into some really intense cultural reactions.
Of course.
For you listening, we are looking at this strictly from an analytical perspective. We are neutrally reporting these fan reactions.
Purely as a case study.
Yeah. We aren't taking sides, we aren't judging the domestic or international fans, and we certainly aren't endorsing anyone, renting protest trucks. We are simply conveying the very real psychological and economic realities of this intense fandom culture, exactly as the researchers documented it.
And maintaining that objective lens is crucial for understanding the broader industry dynamics. But the researchers uncovered an even more complex layer.
Oh, really?
Yes. There is a specific psychological mechanism that allows certain hardcore fans to completely forgive a dating scandal. And understanding it fundamentally changes how we view fandom resilience moving forward.
Okay, you have my full attention. What is the mechanism?
The researchers point to a psychological concept known as the fundamental attribution error, or the FAE.
Wait, I'm a bit confused here. Let me push back on this.
Go ahead.
Because, from what I remember in my college psych class, the fundamental attribution error is when, Someone cuts you off in traffic, and you instantly assume they are a terrible, self-worth person.
You blame your core personality.
Right, but you completely ignore the context, like maybe they are rushing someone to the hospital, the situational factors. So if fans are suddenly looking at the situation to forgive the idol, aren't they doing the exact opposite of the FAE?
That is a brilliant catch.
Mhm.
And it highlights exactly what is happening here. When a dating scandal first breaks, the fans actually commit the fundamental attribution error.
Ah, I see.
They experience the parasocial breakup and immediately attack the idol's character, calling them selfish, traitorous, or calculating. They blame the personality. Forgiveness only occurs when fans manage to overcome the FAE.
Oh, so they have to manually rewrite how they view the situation in their heads.
Precisely. They process the shock by consciously attributing the scandal to situational factors, or by fundamentally humanizing their bias.
That makes so much sense.
They take a step back and acknowledge the boundaries of reality. They realize, this person is a young adult working in a highly stressful entertainment job. It is natural for them to seek companionship. By overcoming the FAE, they dismantle the illusion of ownership.
So they basically say, hey, he's human, she's human, it's just a situation that happened naturally, and their personal life doesn't diminish my love for their vocal tone or their dance skills?
It is a necessary cognitive pivot, moving from "you betrayed my investment" to "you are a human being living your life and I am simply an admirer of your art."
Right.
This mental restructuring is what allows them to maintain their loyalty and continue financially supporting the artist's work without feeling that intense, lingering sting of betrayal.
That is absolutely fascinating. It's like their brain finds an emotional loophole to protect the massive investment of time and love they've made in being a fan.
That's a great way to put it.
And bringing this all back to Jang Ki-ha and Yoon Ga-yi, despite the massive noise online, despite the harsh Korean DiCaprio labels and the wild 18-year age gap controversy, they are moving forward.
Yeah, the external noise has not halted their professional momentum.
Not at all. In fact, according to an update from Dispatch, Jang Ki-ha is currently making a massive artistic comeback. He is premiering his first solo full-length album, which is titled Shattered.
And he's doing it in a very unique way.
He is. He's not just dropping the tracks on Spotify with a standard music video. He's premiering the entire album as an experimental short film at the prestigious Jeonju International Film Festival.
Which is huge. Choosing an international film festival over a traditional music show promotion is a very deliberate artistic statement.
It is so bold. He actually wrote a collection of poetry, turned that poetry into a silent film, and then composed the album's music specifically to match the film's exact runtime.
Wow.
I know. It's screening from May 1st to May 3rd, complete with dedicated audience talk sessions. So, while the internet is entirely focused on analyzing his dating life and crunching the numbers on his girlfriend's mother's age, he is doubling down on his identity as an avant-garde experimental artist.
Which, when we tie it back to the psychology, might be exactly what helps his fans overcome that fundamental attribution error.
Oh, totally.
By centering his narrative entirely on his complex arc, he reminds the audience why they became fans in the first place.
Yeah.
It shifts the focus away from his personal life and back to his professional output, helping them humanize him and look past the scandal.
It's brilliant, really. Let the art speak louder than the gossip forums. And hey, if you want to keep tracking how this story and Jang Ki-ha's cinematic comeback develop, hit that subscribe button so you never miss a KT update. We are always here to unpack the wildest stories and the deepest mechanics of the industry.
And this raises a critical question for you to mull over as we conclude today's analysis. We have examined the incredible financial power of the parasocial economy.
Yep, the $8.5 billion machine.
We have seen an industry meticulously built on the fragile illusion of the romantically available idol. But as the Hallyu wave continues to explode globally, drawing in millions of international fans who, as the data shows, actively endorse and support idols dating, will that strict traditional illusion eventually collapse?
That truly is the billion-dollar question. If the global audience doesn't care about the fantasy, why keep selling it?
Exactly. Will future generations of K-pop and K-drama stars finally be allowed to date openly and in peace? Or is the underlying financial model simply too dependent on monetizing that parasocial fantasy to ever let it go?
It makes you wonder how long the massive agencies can keep that tension going before the bubble bursts, literally and figuratively. You've been listening to Starscope K-Report, where Eric and Minji bring you the stories shaping K-pop, K-dramas, and the global Hallyu wave. Thanks for tuning in, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories that keep the stars shining. And next time you see a seemingly innocent Instagram post from a quiet music festival, just remember, the digital detectives are already on the case.